Hi everyone, my name is Agram and I welcome you all to the Catalan perspective. Yesterday's game was I don't know how to describe it, but it was a very, emotional change for not exactly I would call myself a Manchester City fan, but I was like really delighted to see, fans are like really crying for this trophy since a very long time. And with me today is Divya from Football Fantasy. Hi Divya, how's it going? क्या चल रहा है?
बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया। चल रहा है तो चल रहा है। हमारा रिकॉर्ड तो इक्वल हो गया अभी। बढ़िया। Congratulations to Manchester City and the fans for winning the Champions League. It wasn't
Yeah.
one of the most spectacular game, and considering the standards by which Manchester City have played this season, we expected something of a you know eye-watching kind of a game wherein we would see uh, glory of goals, but that wasn't the case. And okay, at the end, they managed to win the game. That is more important. A trophy in the cabinet, and more importantly, they are the second team in the Premier League to win the treble.
Okay. So we'll come to the game later on. But
Hmm.
were you delighted with the City fans yesterday when they won?
I'm a
I mean, this
United
is
fan, so I
let me just phrase it this way.
Mhm.
It's their first ever European trophy, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
कोई भी I still remember when Barcelona had won their first ever Champions League, right? In 92.
Mhm. Mhm.
Guardiola in his post conference match also he highlighted a very good point, he's stating that what City has gone through exactly is the same thing what Barcelona had gone through when they won the Champions League for the first time. So it's
Mhm.
the start of a new era for any football club that goes on to win a Champions League. Don't you think so?
I mean, I don't think call it an era. I mean, their era has already begun a long time back. They won a multiple Premier League. Yeah, I mean, in terms of European glory, this is the first one. And yeah, if they continue to play this way, and this won't be the first one. I mean, they will win a lot of those. As a United fan, I do not want that to happen. But then it's a fact of reality, and the way they have bought players and their footballing in terms of footballing structure, that club is operating in the correct manner. They not just have
Yeah.
the best players and the great manager, but the backroom staff, the scouting people, all of them are working together hand in hand. And because of that, they're able to produce this kind of result. And if you look at the Premier League history in the last 5-10 years, you can count the number of times City has won the Premier League. Three
Yeah.
out of the last three times. It's a great achievement. And
Yeah.
they've equaled United's record. And if other clubs don't step up or United don't step up next season, which I don't think it will happen very that soon. I don't see any other team matching, their standards and, you know, even coming closer to them. But yeah, if you ask me the era has begun a long time back, maybe 5-6 years back when Guardiola took over. The first season was a bit of a shaky season, but then it all settled in later on, and they are now winning trophies. They score goals for fun, and they, they basically have a super team along with one of the best managers, football has ever witnessed. So yeah, to answer your question, the era had already begun. It just rose to another level after that European night.
That's a good point, Divya. So मेरा अगला question था, like from yesterday's game, do you think Inter could have done any sort of damage to Manchester City's hope? You thought
Yeah,
there was
couple of chances, maybe the Lautaro Martinez one, and then couple of chances were good. I really like the way Inter played.
hmm,
Especially Bastoni and Darmian were
yeah,
brilliant, fantastic.
hmm,
To keep Erling Haaland quiet for 90 minutes is kind of an achievement. Forget
yeah,
about scoring goals, taking a shot. They were not even allowing him an inch on the ball.
yeah,
The moment the ball used to come to him, they used to win the ball, especially Bastoni. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. They were so composed, they were so organized at the back, and a team that has decimated Real Madrid. were finding it difficult to score against Inter Milan. So they had
Yeah.
a plan, and especially in the first half, Inter were brilliant. They were organized. City had no momentum, nothing. I think apart from John Stones, nobody was even in the game. Those misplaced passes from Grealish,
Yeah.
Gundogan, and first half was really poor. I thought maybe Inter will scrap a goal through Lukaku or
Yeah.
Dzeko and then hold on to it. But then, yeah, brilliant goal. Rodri, overall, he was very poor in the game. But that moment when it
Hmm.
needed them, when they
That
needed the
one chance.
most, and I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
yeah, and Inter made a big mistake not having someone close him down. There was so much space, so much time on the ball for someone like Rodri. You cannot give that. He likes to hit shots from that area, from those kind of range. This is not his first one. He's done many in the past, and
Yeah.
this is something he's really good at. And there should have been someone who should be closing him down, someone near the box. But yeah, mistake from Inter, and City capitalized and then held on to it, and truly deserved. They were. I wouldn't say just on the basis of one night. Overall, the way they played Champions League, they beat big teams, especially Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And it was not just any beating. They literally annihilated them.
Yeah.
4-1 at home is something of an achievement. So yeah, so kudos to them, and they well deserved. But again, Inter Milan fought really well, and
Yeah.
did people were saying 3-0, 4-0 ho jayega, but none of that happened. Inter
Hmm.
Milan were very brave, very organized,
Yeah.
and very composed. And if they had better attacking players, maybe they might even had one all,
Cruise through.
and
Yeah.
then it would have gone into the extra time. Yeah.
Yeah. Y- Yeah. 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 There was like one, I don't know, like the chance that you mentioned about Lautaro. I mean, City had just what do you call switched off at that point. Akanji just like
Mhm.
left. Akanji actually just left him for the fact, like he won't be able to take the ball. I was like, how do you lead such a
Mhm.
player like Lautaro on that space,
Yeah.
right? Because he's not like 30 or
Mhm.
32. He's like 24. He can still
Mhm.
run, right? But that like chance that he
Yeah.
missed, yeah, man, I was like really pissed on that. But anyway, like, and the second point was like, you mentioned about Rodri. I really agree with you on because first half he was like absolutely abysmal, very bad. He was like closed down so many times by Chalanoglu and Brozovic. We had spoken about those guys are
Charanoglu. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really, yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually good. What do you call pressers of the ball. They didn't allow
Yeah.
any what do you call
Yeah, they're
guys like,
pressing really well. Even
yeah,
the fullbacks were really active, not allowing City an inch of space. And it was a very good plan that was built by Inzaghi. And then, unfortunately, they didn't have that quality up front to create and score goals, not just in terms of
yeah,
scoring goals, as well as creativity. Yeah, Martinez is brilliant. He's fantastic striker, but I thought they're still missing something. Lukaku isn't the same striker we knew, and Dzeko is not young. He's in 35, 36. So, but yeah, they fought bravely, and yeah, I mean, didn't allow City to play the style of game they wanted. But I think
yeah,
Pep Guardiola made a couple of mistakes. I think Kyle Walker should have started that game. Kyle Walker should have started that game.
okay,
For a moment I thought Kyle Walker is injured. That's why he's not playing. But then Guardiola specifically said he's fit. He trained really well. This is a tactical move. And I thought that's where City missed the trick because Akanji is good. I'm not saying he's not good. I think
yeah,
Walker against Real Madrid was brilliant. Him and Stones were the
yeah,
two players who were carrying the ball from the back and feeding the passes to the attacker. So
yeah.
the amount of contribution Walker and Stones had in that game was fantastic, and I thought there's something City really missed, and they should have started Walker ahead of Kanji.
Mm-hmm. Do you think any other players like inside Inter could have changed? Because I was reading some tweets yesterday because they're saying like
Hmm.
despite Lukaku being bad, instead of uh, Edin Dzeko starting, I think had they started Lukaku, there could have been a chance.
Maybe, maybe not. Lukaku. If you look at Lukaku's record, he doesn't score goals in those big matches. If you look at his record in the Premier League as well, he hasn't scored many goals against the big six. His all goals have come against the other team. So
Yeah.
big, it's very easy to say, when Dzeko didn't work out, so people would say Lukaku. It would have been, if it would have been other way around, Lukaku has started but didn't score. People have said, even though Dzeko is old, he's got experience behind him and he should have started ahead of Lukaku. So it's always if not, but so this permutation combination always continued. But I thought, yeah,
Yeah.
they shouldn't make a difference unless they had a top number nine along with. If you ask me, the Lukaku, with Inter earlier, under Conte, that Lukaku would have made a lot of difference. Not this Lukaku,
Yeah.
the Lukaku which Inter had earlier under Conte, that form of Lukaku would have made the difference. Otherwise, overall, Inter were good, composed, and not just Bastoni, Damian, like you rightly mentioned, Charanolo was also good in terms of pressing. And the best part is a team which has literally decimated all the top teams in Europe. You are
Yeah.
coming up against that team and not allowing them an inch of space.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland is, called the best number nine right now. You know, to come up against him and make him not even, control the ball once, that is
Hmm.
some kind of an achievement. So kudos to Inter, but again, rightly, deservedly, City have won the game, and you know, congratulations to them and the fans. Yeah.
Okay, let's go down through the comments. So what does Amshi say? मैं आता हूँ. Then his next comment is 11:40 तक आता हूँ. Then his next comment is Manchester is blue. What do you have to say about that,
Okay.
Divya? क्या कहना चाहेंगे आप?
ठीक है यार. It's been red since over 50-60 years. So यार, once in a while
Over
ठीक है,
100
blue
years.
कर
I
कर
mean, over
देंगे. हाँ
100
यार,
years
over
you
100
can
years.
have that right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, once in a ठीक है, वापस कर देंगे यार. Eric Ten Hag is a good manager, and I'm sure it will work out if the new owners are, competent and they want,
Yeah.
they're ambitious and they want, United to go into the glory path. So yeah, definitely it will happen. But yeah, for now, yeah, I wouldn't call it Manchester is blue, but yeah, they have the upper hand.
Okay, next comment by Amshes. United signed Maguire. City had signed Diaz. What do you have to say about
No,
that?
I don't think it was same time. United signed Maguire and a year or two later, City signed Diaz. So yeah, when we signed Harry Maguire, I was happy. Good defender, very good, a defender who can read the ball really well. I did prefer Kalidou Koulibaly over him. I would say that because Kalidou Koulibaly was in his prime that time. But yeah,
Yeah.
again, you know how Napoli and his football director De Laurentiis is. It's not easy to deal with him. That's why they call him Italian version of Daniel Levi. But yeah, I mean, again, coming back to MC's comment, those two incidents didn't happen at the same time. Maguire was signed earlier and Diaz was signed later. In fact, City were in the race to sign Maguire, but then it was between United and City, but then Leicester City at the end said for 85 million. City backed out rightly, but United wanted a centre back badly. They didn't have any, and that's why they had to go for the 85 million. It was a bait which United took, and it hasn't worked out very well. And I hope, for his own sake, Harry Maguire moved on this summer.
Hmm. Okay. So MCS says United are extremely slow learners. What do you have to say about that? Or what do you mean by slow learners, MCS?
So what he says is that they don't learn from the mistakes, which he's right about it.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
management is poor. So we have spoken about that, a lot of times, how badly the club is run. The owners are busy making money for themselves. What they've done with this club is really, I am short of adjectives right now. That's how bad the situation is. So we can only hope the new owners are ambitious. They want success for United, and then we can see some competition in the Premier League because the way I see it right now, Premier League has become like Bundesliga. You've got one team who's banging in goals, winning trophies, titles after titles, and then you've got the other teams competing for second, third, and fourth. So that has to change very quickly. And if I can see Chelsea next season, coming up strong. They have a good manager now, and with all those
Yeah.
players that they bought, they will add a couple of more this season. I think I'm with, and they don't have Europe. They have less number of matches to play. So the focus will
Yeah.
be on the Premier League. So you know, don't count Chelsea out. Another team which will challenge, and I'm hope the next season is pretty much more challenging than the current one. And Arsenal will also like to continue their form current season moving into the next one. So yeah, let's see how it turns out.
Okay, so MCA says United to consider 65 million for Sancho.
कौन दे रहा है भाई 65 मिलियन? मुझे वो जानना है. 50 मिलियन मैंने
टॉटनम
टॉटनहम
रहेगा.
सुना था. टॉटनहम
Hmm.
50 मिलियन था, बट 65 मिलियन I doubt. 65 million will, I think.
65 million दे देगा यार. 65 million is like 30 40 million, not even 40, 30 million यार
But Sancho
65 पे.
hasn't been that kind of player in the last 2 3 years. In the last 2 years,
Hmm.
if the time is arrived at United, he hasn't been that player. So 65 million,
Pep
I
can
doubt
actually
any
buy
club
him.
will play.
I think
Sorry,
Pep ले सकता है उसको. Pep ले सकता है.
Pep कैसे लेगा? नहीं लेगा भाई. Pep कैसे लेगा? United player है. United will not sell. Plus, he had a dispute with Pep. वो झगड़ा करके गया था डॉर्टमंड छोड़ के. They had an option. First, when United signed Sancho and Sancho was in prime, अच्छा खेल रहा था वो. City had the first option. तो अगर सिटी को साइन करना होता तो फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस उनके पास था. वो ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था डॉर्टमंड
बट
को आता
बायबैक
है.
का ऑप्शन नहीं था
तो
ना.
अगेन,
सांचो का तो
हाँ
बायबैक
हाँ,
ऑप्शन
फर्स्ट
नहीं था.
ऑप्शन था. बाय बैक नहीं था, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन था, फर्स्ट टास्क. So
अच्छा.
tomorrow if Dortmund put Sancho for sale, and if the asking price is met by three clubs, let's say United, Chelsea, and City, as
हम्म.
per the agreement which Dortmund and City had when they signed
या.
Sancho, तो उस agreement के हिसाब से first preference City को मिलता.
हम्म.
Again, player का wishes भी consider होता, but bidder का first preference City को मिलता. That's how it was. So, and they made it very clear at that time itself. They are nothing to do with Jadon Sancho. They don't want him at the club. He's not in their plan. So, ठीक है. हाँ, Tottenham दे सकता है, but I don't think 65 million. 50 million and the max.
हम्म. बेचारा दो सीजन आया. इट्स बीन जस्ट लाइक टू सीजन राइट फॉर सांचो.
Yeah, I don't think he's up for sale. This is just a rumor. I don't think he's up for sale because if you sell Jadon Sancho, then you have to buy another winger. Right now,
या.
United's priority is not a winger. They need a midfielder, a striker, and a centre back to replace Maguire. So that's what the priorities are. Maybe then, and then a goalkeeper. So I don't
हम्म.
think winger will be on the agenda. But again, I have heard rumors that there may be a surprise with United may do visit that winger chapter again.
या.
Let's see how this transfer market goes. Again, it all depends. The concrete rumors will only come after the new owners, are announced. Before that, I don't expect in finance. Even
अच्छा.
Mason Mount, I only expect after the new owners have arrived.
ओके. ओके. Next, what does MCA says? United aren't great with efficient signing. Debatable है. That's also a
यार
debatable point.
नहीं भाई, डिबेटर नहीं बनी भाई. करेक्ट पॉइंट है वो. बिल्कुल भी डिबेटेबल नहीं. यूनाइटेड आरंट एफिशिएंट. वो उनका पूरा the structure of the entire club is pathetic. The way that club has been run. You look at the सब बाकी सब छोड़, फुटबॉल डायरेक्टर को छोड़, फुटबॉल डायरेक्टर को देखिए. जॉन म्यूटा, who knew him before he
Yeah.
became the football director. He was in
Yeah.
within United for 7 years on a different role, and then he was promoted. You do not at Manchester United do not hire someone to learn on the job. At
Yeah.
such an important, वो भी इतने important position के लिए football director, you have to have someone who's experienced, someone who's really good. And they had a
Yeah.
chance, to have Ralph Ranier as a director because he's good with that. He may not be a good
Yeah.
manager or a coach, but he's a brilliant football director. But yeah, again, they
Yeah.
missed that boat, and they prefer to keep people from within so that they're not exposed. You saw what Ralph Ranick did, in
Yeah.
those press conferences. They do not want those things. That's why they sign
Yeah.
people within the clubs for higher positions. And that's
Hmm.
why Darren
That's
Fletcher
true.
also signed. What knowledge Darren Fletcher has about technical direct as a technical director. क्या
That's
knowledge है
true.
उसको? कुछ नहीं है. Yeah, वैसे ही है भाई. Efficiency तो it's nothing to do with manager. This is to do with the way the club is run.
Hmm. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
I have heard United scouts arrogantly rejected Vinicius Junior, Christian Pulisic. Who's that? I forgot. Keep on forgetting his name. The Canadian left back from Bayern Munich. क्या नाम है उसका?
Alfonso Davies.
Alfonso Davies. Yes. United scouts rejected, that too arrogantly. They thought these players are overrated, these young players, and they won't do anything in the future. So that's how, that's the arrogance level. You know what, the things that I've heard about the scouts and Woodward and that the other guy, the lawyer, you know, it is not just it's disheartening. The way the club has been run. Agents calling up to speak to United hierarchy for so that players can be signed. They don't pick up the call. They say after 6 p.m. we will not answer your call. This is the audacity. This is the arrogance these people have. And rightly, the club is in such a bad shape.
You're like really pissed off with the
हाँ
technical,
भाई
with
भाई छोड़
the
भाई जा
going
भी नहीं रहे
director.
ना. The problem is they're
Yeah,
not even leaving the club, the owners. It is dragging on. The process है ना और sale का it is just
yeah.
shambolic. It's been dragging on since last October, and they haven't finalized it. Everyone's frustrated. Not just Manchester United fans, the journalists, the neutral fans, everyone is frustrated. They're keeping on dragging on, dragging on, dragging on. They want to, juice out every single pie of money. That's how these leeches are. And if United don't have a new owner by the beginning of July, we are ruined for another season. Definitely, we are ruined.
Hmm. Okay. Next point. What does MShay says? Seeing Onana, David De Gea isn't a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, Onana was good. I like Onana.
Yeah.
He's good. थोड़ा arrogant है, थोड़ा उसका issues है, but otherwise he's really good. Onana, fantastic goalkeeper.
हाँ ये
By the
वो
way,
कल तो वही
that Tottenham ने डेविड राय को साइन किया.
अच्छा how's he? I don't know. I'm seeing
हाँ,
it.
डेविड राय, ब्रेंटफोर्ड गोलकीपर.
अच्छा अच्छा.
यूनाइटेड वर लुकिंग फॉर हिम. बहुत सही गोलकीपर है, बहुत मस्त गोलकीपर. वेरी
अच्छा.
गुड. टॉटनहम ने साइन कर दिया उसको.
आप
बिकॉज आई थिंक उनका
ऑप्टा पे
गोलकीपर
देखना
जा रहा
पड़ेगा.
है छोड़ के.
उसके ऑप्टा पे स्टार्स देखने पड़ेंगे to understand how good is he.
ओके ओके होल्ड ऑन. Okay, you continue again. I'm going to read something, couple of this stuff. There's a breaking news here. So
हाँ
let
बोलो
me
ना.
just see if it's. रुको रुको चेक करने दो, तब तक आप कमेंट्स पढ़ो. मैं देखता हूँ कॉन्क्रीट है या ऐसे ही बकवास न्यूज है.
नहीं ये तो
तब
लास्ट
तक
एमसी
आप
का ही कमेंट था. वेटिंग वेटिंग
नो नो
वेटिंग.
just crap, rubbish.
क्या था? What was the news about?
No, there's something I read a couple of hours back, which is actually concrete, wherein the Glazers will decide the preferred buyer this week, and I go through
Okay.
Mike Keegan, which is actually rebel. But there's a top up on
Okay.
that Ineos is a preferred bidder, which is rubbish, which is not a good source. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. One thing is true that they will we will get to know preferred bidder by the end of this week, and let's hope it actually happens because we've been listening to this since February end.
Hmm. What was the initial reaction Manchester City lifting the European trophy?
क्या रिएक्शन हुआ, मैं तो सो गया था भाई,
अजीब
मेरे से तो देखने नहीं हुआ. मेरे से तो देखने नहीं हुआ भाई.
अजीब ही लग रहा होगा ना सबको. लाइक अरे यार ये लोग जीत
मेरे
गए
से तो
यार.
देखने ही नहीं हुआ भाई. मेरे से तो देखने ही नहीं हुआ. मेरे I literally slept off. I couldn't watch it. So yeah,
That was a good one. But हाँ, but you know, like City, अगर City keeps on winning like this, it will become like a non nuisance for other clubs.
it's not. I mean, other clubs will have to raise the standards.
Yeah,
Arsenal, I think, came close this season, but they need more players. City are basically have come a super team there. You
yeah,
look at the team, a player gets injured, an equally good player can come off the bench and make an equal impact.
make an
And that's
impact.
the
Yeah,
kind of team
exactly.
they've built. It's
Yeah,
literally impossible to build that team, that kind of team. They've
yeah,
done that in years and years, and they have that kind of money. Not many clubs have that money. Maybe Arsenal can spend, but not this much.
yeah,
United with the new owners, maybe, maybe not. Again, who has that spending capacity? Newcastle,
yeah,
maybe, but again, that's going to take 3 or 4 years. I don't see
yeah,
anything concrete in the next 2 3 years. देखते हैं क्या होता है. If Arsenal can step up or Chelsea, with their spending power that they have and the players that they bought with a good manager, Mauricio Pochettino, can make an impact, can trouble City. But again, it's all about the 38 games. You have to
Yeah.
keep your patience, you have to keep your calm, you have to work hard together as a team. It's about having that kind of mentality. And Pep Guardiola has built that mentality in his players. It's not
I
easy
don't
to
know,
do.
like,
You have to,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, like any manager that comes to the Premier League. Except probably some any manager that has managed to beat Pep Guardiola is probably Klopp. But Klopp doesn't even have the resources currently at him with him.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There have been managers in the past, but right now,
yeah,
currently, maybe a manager, if I look at the managers around there, who can beat Man City? I think maybe Bayern Munich, Thomas Tuchel's
yeah,
Bayern Munich. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe he's not
maybe,
had a
yeah,
good start. Somehow
yeah,
managed to win the Bundesliga, which
yeah.
Dortmund bottled royally.
Or
And
absolutely, yeah,
maybe Eric Ten Hag with the backing, with the right backing, with the if Qatar take over and hello,
yeah, yeah. That's
okay,
right.
okay, okay. So Eric Ten Hag, if he's back correctly and the right players are signed, maybe that too. And I don't think next season United still have many players to sign. And to compete
Yeah,
with City, you just don't need a good 11. You need good 18 to 20 players. Who can
yeah,
make that kind. Everyone of the same quality, same caliber. Who can come
yeah.
off the bench also and make an equal impact.
That's
So
true. That's true.
again, to build that kind of team, it will take at least 2 years, minimum 2 years, even for Eric Ten Hag or for Newcastle's manager, even with the funds that they have. So I don't see City losing unless they bottle royally or Liverpool sign some good players and
Yeah,
they give them a run for money. So Liverpool already
yeah,
have good forwards. They had a lot of
yeah,
injury issues. If they don't have those issues and they strengthen the midfield, maybe. But again, to win a knockout tournament and to win a Premier League is completely different. It's a
yeah,
complete, uh, you know, hard work, giving everything out for 38 games consecutively. It is not
yeah.
an
It's
easy
very
job. You
difficult. Yeah,
need that mentality. You need those players. You need backup players as well, equally good. And only City has that kind of resources available. So very
yeah.
difficult. I don't see any other team winning, but again, I'm positive. Let's see if we
But
have a
who do
new
you think
Premier
is
League
like
winner next season.
realistically can push City
Maybe
at
Chelsea
that level?
next season.
Chelsea.
Maybe Chelsea next season because they have less number of games to play. They don't have Europe and they have
Hmm.
good managers. They've signed some excellent players. Just didn't work because of Todd Bowley's stupidness. But now they have a good manager in Pochettino, and
Yeah,
he will like to work around with his players. They have Christopher and Nkunku coming in. They will sign another
yeah,
player, maybe a striker, and then yeah, maybe they're ready to go because they have a lot of players. They have a very good bench strength as well.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Let's go
Maybe
to
Chelsea and
yeah,
maybe
mm,
United and Arsenal can give them a run if they don't have injury issues.
yeah,
United don't, United Arsenal don't have injury issues. Maybe they can give them a run. Otherwise,
yeah.
apart from Chelsea and Liverpool, I don't see anyone giving them a run for money. City will clearly win that
I like
next
the
year as well.
Chelsea what do you call plan like for the future. But if they stop winning
Hmm.
in the next 2 3 seasons, I see most of their players going out because
Leaving,
any which
yeah,
ways,
yeah.
yeah, because any which ways this
Players
guy, what's
want to
his
play in
name?
the top
Yeah,
tournaments.
they'll probably go to a club like Man City only. You know,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, or probably like the Real Madrid. They can do that. But anyway, like let's go to the comments. What she says, spending 1.2 billion on your own team that you love, or sucking 1.2 billion from that team, which is right. United fans shame the first option. And that is true. You
Spending
can't do anything about it.
1.2 billion on your team that you love or sucking 1 point. Yeah, that's what the owners have. They literally suck that kind of money. They literally bought the club for nothing. They bought it on debt and put that debt on the club. You know,
Exactly.
this is the biggest scam of the decade or century, you can say. That's
Yeah.
what they've done, and legitimate scam. Uh, there is no such word, legitimate scam, but in this case, it does apply. You cannot
Yeah.
do anything about it. Now that kind of rule buying is no more allowed in the Premier League, but back then it was allowed. and they took a leverage there and bought the club and put the debt on the club. You can't do that anymore, but at that time it was allowed. And like I said, it's one of the biggest scams of the century, a legitimate scam, I would call.
Yeah. But don't you think that that is a bit of an ironical statement? Like even they spent like 1.2 billion on their team. They
Hmm.
and with a manager like Guardiola, they still managed to win a big trophy. I mean, had you guys
Hmm.
kept like Mourinho, I think Mourinho could have done the unthinkable with you guys. I think, despite his
Yeah, maybe,
toxic, toxic
maybe
toxicness.
not. Maybe I see a lot of fans say that Mourinho was toxic in United. I didn't think that. You know, he literally came second. You know, if you look
Yeah,
at a post
yeah, I know.
Sir post Sir Alex, even Solskjaer came second. But that was a farce. He got 82 to 83 points, Jose Mourinho, and came second. You
Yeah,
get to that stage and you are given Diego Dallo, Fred, and Lee Grant in the transfer market. What do you expect?
yeah,
You expect him to
exactly,
win the trophy. You given Lee
exactly.
Grant, Diego Dallo, and Fred in the transfer window. When he was expecting a centre back then to pair with Victor Lindelof, he was not
Yeah,
given. He wanted a centre back,
yeah,
he wanted a striker, was not given. Again, so you cannot expect. He said it back then, right there. Anthony Martial needs to leave United. But United fans were all over him. There's no, what a striker we have got, what a young player we have got. Mourinho is out of his mind. No, he saw Martial in the training. He
yeah,
knew how lethargic he was.
yeah.
He did
Yeah,
not
because
care.
he knows the
So,
business inside out, right? He
exactly.
knows the business.
He
Yeah,
literally asked the owners to let Pogba go as well. After Mourinho went, we said Mourinho was the virus, not Pogba. We all know what happened after Mourinho went. Under Solskjaer, Pogba maybe played a couple of games well, but most of the time either he was injured or he was poor on the pitch.
yeah,
So again, 100 million down the drain. If United would have sold
yeah,
him, could have at least got 80 million. And so
yeah.
again, he was right. If he was back, he could have won a lot. But again, this is nothing to do with the manager. United have been
But
poor, have been abysmal. It's down to the way the
no,
club has
but
been
I'm
run.
saying, had
I've
had
said
he
it.
been there till now, he could have
Yeah,
gotten
maybe at
rid
least
of
one.
these guys.
Yeah, at least something, one major trophy you would have got. That is for sure.
Yeah, a Premier
That is
League
for
or
sure.
probably or maybe a Champions League he could have gotten at least.
Maybe one of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe one of them. We would not have liked the kind of football he played, but
yeah,
at the end, what matters is the trophies. You can all talk about
exactly.
style of play,
Yeah,
the tiki-taka, the glorious one-touch football, the total football,
yeah,
which that used to play. But again, at the end, what matters is trophy. You look at Arsenal, the kind of football they've played has been brilliant. It's been pleasing to eye, but no one cares about that anymore.
yeah. But end of the day,
They
what
didn't manage
matters
to
is
win a single
trophy.
trophy.
Yeah,
They didn't manage to win a single trophy, and at the end,
E-
that's what will
yeah.
count to. Yeah,
Even if you look at Guardiola's first year at Man City, he didn't win trophies, right?
yeah, he didn't win. It was, and we thought it will be
It was a
either
fail.
Guardiola or I thought it would be
Guardiola,
either Guardiola, Mourinho. I remember that season. We had four new managers in the Premier League. I thought it would be
yeah,
Guardiola or Mourinho or maybe Klopp, but at the end, Conte ended up winning the Premier League with Chelsea.
exactly, exactly. But after that one season, what do you call Guardiola managed to understand. This is where like I need to tweak this league and get some players. Like within a span of like maybe like couple of months, they were like 25 points ahead. Like within a span of like 4 months, I was like, what the hell is this? Like
Hmm.
I mean, like he has just like smashed the league about 100 points in his like second season.
Hmm.
No club
Yeah,
has
yeah,
done that, right? No club has done that. But anyway,
yeah, yeah,
but
absolutely. Hmm.
like like kudos to his like contribution to City's success. MCS says
Yeah.
next year City will win the Premier League, Carabao Cup 95%, so double confirm. Could be. Don't know.
Again,
It's
we've
football.
seen
It's football.
very
Anything.
football. Yeah, I've seen the strangest of things happen. A team that won Premier League in 2015 is 2015 or 16 is relegated now. Is no more in the
Yeah,
Premier League.
exactly.
That's how unpredictable football is. So again, by what it looks, City should win. But again, this is football. You never know. Anything can
Exactly.
happen. Todd Bowley decides to spend more on Chelsea. Buy
Yeah.
more players because I think
Mm.
they're going to get a lot of money from sales as well. At the same time, United get the Qatari owners. They spend big. They sell out a lot of players. United
Yeah.
will win the race. But again, from what it looks like, Guardiola is a strong contender. Guardiola City is a strong contender to win the Premier League next season as well.
Or they have to kick out Guardiola from the Premier League. That is the best option.
Nah, I don't. No, 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 no. Yeah, he's
I'm
good.
just
He's the best.
being like
Right now, out of all the
sarcastically.
managers,
No, no,
he's
I'm
good.
just being
But I
sarcastic.
think
अगर निकालना ही है,
no,
you
no,
have to just throw him out.
no, 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 no. You have to have a club which is properly run. Again, Chelsea was if it would have been, I'm telling you, people will not like this coming. If Roman Abramovich would have been in charge, Chelsea would become competing for titles right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's
No,
true. I agree with you
yeah.
on that one.
So, people will not like that. People will say the Ukraine-Russia war and all that, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that is
The same
secondary. Yeah,
people, yeah, yeah. And the same people hypocritically tell that India is, what India is doing by not playing against Pakistan, is really bad. And that's how hypocrite people are.
yeah, but
So,
that is a
again,
secondary thing. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to go into the depth of that, but yeah, like I said, if Roman Abramovich would have been the owner of Chelsea, they would be competing for titles.
yeah.
He's
That's true.
an ambitious guy. He wants to win trophies. He is a complete no-nonsense owner,
He
and
won't have
that's the
actually
kind of
sacked.
owner.
I don't think he would have sacked Tuchel.
No, no, he wouldn't have
Yeah,
sacked future, and he wouldn't have done this mockery of buying stupid players, buying a
yeah,
player who's playing in the Ukraine league for 93, 95 million. That's utter stupidity. Utter stupidity. He's good. Mikhailo Mudrik is
yeah.
brilliant. He's a fantastic player, but in no way he's worth 95 million. That is rubbish, and
We'll see.
Todd Bowley
We'll
has
see next
just gone
season.
ahead and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
We'll
not
see.
saying he won't succeed. He will succeed. Brilliant player. He's very young. He's
Yeah,
very fast. He's got fantastic skills. But again, just to piss off Arsenal, he got 95 million. He bought
yeah.
Mudrik for 95 million. That's what I'm talking about. That's why Roman Abramovich was so ambitious. And if he would have been the owner of the club, things would have been different. I'm not saying that they would have won the Premier League, but they would have given Man City a run for the money. Definitely.
That's true. That's true. That's true. What does MJ says? MJ says Ten Hag said eras come to an end. Pep did the travel.
अरे क्या यार Pep did the treble record थोड़ी तोड़ा है. People going on Twitter saying Pep broke United's record. No, he's not broken the record. He's equaled the record. United won
Yeah.
the treble and City won the treble. That's equaling the
I mean,
record.
if he does another
And I'm
travel,
not going to go
no,
into
I'm
which
saying,
side was
uh,
better.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that
which
that
side was
that
better
debate can
because I
be
think
done later on. But I'm saying if he does that
yeah,
again, if he does that again,
maybe then
then
yeah,
we
of
can
course, maybe
maybe
then.
then we can have a
See,
debate on that.
there are two ways to break the record. Either he goes on to win another treble or he wins a quadruple. If he wins the
Yeah,
quadruple, definitely won the treble. So anyway, the record is broken. So again, very difficult to do that even with the super team that we have. Because one
yeah,
wrong game, one bad night, and you're out of the cup. Premier League
exactly.
over the period of 38 games, you can always recover. But cup competitions, one bad
You can't.
game, one bad night, and you are out. It
That's
takes
true.
a lot of resilience, a lot of focus, a lot of concentration
Yeah, that's
to
true.
win a quadruple or treble, even though you have a super team.
Very good point. Very good point, Aditya Pai. What does MJ says? Legitimate scam. Did someone call Laporta?
भाई वो लपोटा भाई तो भाई अलग ही लेवल का है.
Laporta
I
नहीं वही
told you
Laporta है.
I think after the Messi thing I think it's the first time we are talking online, right? I told you
Yeah.
this will not happen. Messi, poor thing, he wanted to go back to the club, but again I know that
But but he
it's
wanted
just
मेरे
like
ख्याल से पता है
United.
क्या है? You know what I think? I mean,
Mm,
you have a good point, but what I think, he he has given everything to this club,
mm,
and I think he absolutely deserves that sort of respect from a club like Barcelona. You're like, I have given you. If you think logically, also, like, like they say, like, nobody's bigger than the club, but I think Messi in a way was bigger than the club.
mm. you know, see,
Imagine, no, those साल में they haven't recovered. They got Lewandowski.
mm,
They
mm,
got Lewandowski.
mm,
They got themselves out of the
mm.
Europe.
हम्म,
सोचो
हम्म,
मतलब कितना फर्क पड़ता है ना एक प्लेयर के नहीं रहने
हम्म,
से। आई
हम्म।
मीन
To
इवन
be
इवन
honest,
फॉर
अगर मैं मुझे नहीं मुझे see with Messi they would have gone further in Europe, but I don't think they would have won because that
नो दे वोंट
again
वन
the
बट दे वोंट वन
the
बट
players that they have नहीं भाई players उनके पास नहीं है मेसी अकेला कितना करेगा भाई when Messi won that type treble and all that he had brilliant players with him he had
या
Suarez he had Neymar he had Xavi Iniesta yes what you rightly said one good point is in all those years of watching football, I've never seen a player being bigger than the club. But these
या
two players, what they've achieved in the last 10 years,
या
Ronaldo and Messi, they are definitely, I wouldn't call it exactly bigger than the club, but their stature is something really big. And no Kylian Mbappe, no Erling Haaland can ever
या
achieve that, even if they end up scoring goals after
या
goals. So,
नो बट यू नो
again,
व्हाट
so
माय पॉइंट वाज लाइक आप उसको इतना आप उसको प्रॉमिस दिए है यू कुडंट इवन फुलफिल हिज प्रॉमिस डिस्पाइट हैविंग हिज लॉयल्टी।
exactly, मैं यही तो बोल रहा
वेरी
था आपको लास्ट
शेमफुल।
वीडियो में यही तो बोल रहा था मैं आपको लास्ट वीडियो में यार भाई it is not going to happen as much as we want and you know it, he wanted that kind of farewell because I think he said that in an interview what the kind of farewell PK Busquets Jordi Alba are
एग्जैक्टली
going to
इट
get he also wants
एक्चुअली
that kind of farewell
ब्रोक मी
and he never got
बाय
one that's what he was expecting
एग्जैक्टली
for but yeah ठीक है यार अभी this is the
मतलब
reality
दिस
of
इज
life
लाइक
you have to accept it and move on
आई अगर आपने मेरा ट्वीट पढ़ा था आई वाज लाइक इतना पेटी पॉलिटिक्स करने से अच्छा इफ दे वुड हैव फोकस्ड ऑन लाइक promoting their players and the league, the Spanish league would have focused on their investments and everything. This league would have been much better. बट इतना ड्रामा करना है इतना पॉलिटिक्स करना है मतलब यार मतलब हद होती है यार। प्रीमियर लीग खुद नहीं करता है यार ये ड्रामा। नहीं आए दूसरा प्लेयर पकड़ो यार ढूंढो निकालो उसको यार। इतना झंझट कर रहे हैं तेबास यार मतलब उससे बड़ा मैंने लाइक पागल आदमी देखा नहीं है भाई। हु कीप्स दिस लाइक स्टूपिड रूल्स यार। प्रीमियर लीग नहीं रखता ऐसा स्टूपिड रूल्स यार। 1:1 का क्या भाई मतलब इफ यू हैव सम प्लेयर लाइक maybe like Modric and you have to replace him with like Messi और उसका उसको ट्रांसफर करने के बाद ही आप उसको ला सकते हो। मतलब यार ये क्या रूल है यार। मतलब क्या घटिया रूल है यार ये। मतलब
the thing is that और क्या मालूम है द प्रॉब्लम उसका एरोगेंस उसको लगता है what he is doing is right and the entire world is wrong
हाँ मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना। पेप गार्डियोला एज एक्चुअली कल का उसका आपने स्टेटमेंट पढ़ा आफ्टर द गेम। वी आर कमिंग आफ्टर
नहीं
यू रियल मैड्रिड।
भाई वो सुना मैंने
वो तो सरकास्टिक वो सरकास्टिकली बोला है बट उसने पता लाइक आई डोंट नो लाइक इफ यू फेल्ट दिस वे। मेरे को पता क्या लगा अगर इफ यू स्लीप आई एम गोइंग टू बाय योर प्लेयर उससे ओपनली बोला है।
नहीं भाई किसको भाई करेगा वो
किसको भी कर
किसको
लेगा
भाई
यार
करेगा
वो।
वो
किसको
नहीं
भी
यार
कर
भाई
सकता है वही तो मैं बोल
तेरे
रहा
को
हूँ ना।
मालूम है देख see bro I've been watching football for over 20 years and
हम्म
I know भाई तुम कितना ही पैसा दे दो कोई मेरा मुझे पता नहीं ऐसा क्यों है और क्या है ऐसे कि when Real Madrid and Barcelona come calling भाई उनको पता नहीं वो दो क्लब्स को क्या इतना है I've seen players in the past when Real Madrid calls मतलब भाई बात मुझे जाना ही है उधर I want to play for Real Madrid I want to play for Real Madrid तो
हम्म
अगर पेप गार्डियोला अगर तू बोल रहा है जिस तरीके से कि I'll buy your players I don't think so maybe they will come see you look
हाँ
at Jude Bellingham prime example Jude
हाँ
Bellingham had an offer from Man City but he chose Real Madrid so
नहीं
again
नहीं वो ठीक है आई
from
अंडरस्टैंड
what I
अंडरस्टैंड योर
meant is
पॉइंट।
he's talking
हम्म
about trophies talking about
हम्म
trophies but again which is a
नहीं
big
बट
dream पहला
नहीं बट
पहला
ही इज
यूरोपियन
गिविंग अस
ट्रॉफी
बैक।
जीतने में उसको 5 साल लग गए 5 साल
हाँ
के
नहीं
ऊपर
नहीं
उसको
वो
लग
ठीक है बट
गए यार ये
you're not understanding his point because I'm saying like अगर La Liga doesn't allow investments to happen inside their own country Premier League basically Premier League is a slapping La Liga बोल रहे हैं भाई तुम सुधर जाओ भाई। तुम्हारा जितना वो रॉयल्टी है ना वो सब नीचे आ जाएगी एक दिन बिकॉज ऑफ दैट।
आई
वो
डोंट नो
अट्रैक्शन था ना।
मुझे नहीं लगता ये था उसका इंटेंशन बोलने का बट या आई मीन दिस इज एक्चुअली द ट्रुथ एंड I'm not sure whether Guardiola meant saying that, but again, आप जो बोल रहे हो सच तो है. You
Hmm.
know, La Liga has been run really poorly. It's not just in terms of football. If you look at
Exactly.
that Vinicius incident, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not just a first incident. So many players getting racially abused. It's really sad.
yeah.
For the
That's
game.
sad.
So, and fans overall. I remember last year, for the Barcelona fans themselves, they abused Frankie De Jong to take a pay cut. You can't do that. And I don't blame the fans for that. The way the league has been managed,
Yeah.
control नहीं है कोई चीज पे, no punishment, कोई offense करो, players fans have let go. So ये सब चीजें नहीं सुधरेगी ना तब तक लीग सुधरेगा नहीं. इसको
नहीं, मैं
इसको
तो बोलता हूँ
फोकस
भाई,
है तो
प्राइवेट
फालतू चीजें
ओनरशिप
करने
रखो
में.
भाई. La Liga,
प्राइवेट
I mean,
ओनरशिप.
any league should not be like owned by like fans. भाई सीरियसली बोल रहा हूँ भाई. फैंस और लाइक एनी लाइक कॉर्पोरेट मेंबर्स भाई, जो इधर के लोकल्स होते हैं ना, लोकल्स ये क्लब को संभालेंगे. नहीं भाई, ऐसा नहीं चलता है भाई. यू नीड टू हैव
बट
प्रॉपर
बाहर
ओनर्स.
म्यूनिक तो ऐसे रहने.
बट
बाहर
बैन
म्यूनिक
म्यूनिख
इज
का
रन
भी
द फैन.
बट बैन म्यूनिख का भी कैसा, दे हैव सम स्टेक विद व्हाट यू कॉल एडिडास ना. एडिडास का सम स्टेक ऑन दैट आल्सो ना.
तो पूरी तरह से रन नहीं है फैंस के यार. 51-49 का कुछ जैसा है, फंडा है
हम्म.
वो. तो
हम्म.
बट ठीक है, इट इज नथिंग टू विद फैंस. इज द वे द पीपल ऑन द टॉप मेकिंग द डिसीजन. लापोर्ता के पहले
हम्म.
कौन था वो? बार्टोमू.
बाटो में हो.
He literally messed up the club. You
या.
know, you know, they Javier Tebas goes on accusing Premier League players and state-owned clubs that they are spending way too much. भाई तुमने तो शुरू किया था भाई.
हम्म.
Real Madrid and Barcelona started those kind of spending. I
या.
see. Go back and look at the buying. Real Madrid का Zinedine Zidane, R9 Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká,
या.
Barcelona in recent years, Felipe Coutinho, Usman Dembele. The amount of money that they have spent. You think that other clubs won't club for you, and just because they are not running the club the way you want, you are accusing them. That's it. This is why
अरे
Spanish
एक
league,
और चीज है
in spite of
विजय
being
भाई.
so technically good. हाँ, बोलो.
देखो, एक तो अभी ये हो गया है. अभी मैन सिटी हैज वन द ट्रेबल, राइट. नाउ यू हैव न्यूकैसल यूनाइटेड विद द साउदी
Yeah,
मनी.
again another club. Yeah, and then they are,
नाउ
and again
व्हेन
they are
मैनचेस्टर
very
यूनाइटेड, मैं बोल
well
रहा हूँ,
run.
व्हेन मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड इज ओन्ड बाय द कतारीज, कहाँ से हाउ विल दे सस्टेन, हाउ विल द ला लीगा सस्टेन. वही तो बोल रहा हूँ, दे वोंट बी एबल टू अट्रैक्ट प्लेयर्स. खत्म हो जाएगा
That
भाई
that
वो
is
लीग वो.
why that is why आपको क्यों लगता है कि Florentino Perez सुपर लीग के पीछे क्यों है इतना? That is
हाँ.
basically a ticket for them to get a whole lot of money. They are
हम्म.
not getting the money from Champions League. UEFA से पैसा नहीं आ रहा है. The competitions are getting boring.
हम्म.
The winning amount is also very less. So
No, I like the idea of
clubs
Super League.
will.
पता है, मैं बोलूँ, the idea of
क्या
Super
बोल रहे
League
हो?
is very good. Although the idea of Super League is very good, but because
हम्म,
why? Because UEFA spending is like very bad
हम्म,
to other teams. अगर
हम्म.
इतना पैसा कमाते हो यार, मतलब ला लीगा का खर्चा ही देख लो ना. इस बार चैंपियंस बार्सिलोना को कितना पैसा मिला? 60 मिलियन. शेमफुल यार. 60 मिलियन कोई देता है क्या अपने टीम को? और इधर प्रीमियर लीग में कितना मिलता है? 160 मिलियन एवरी सीजन. मतलब शर्म आना चाहिए यार ऐसी लीग में.
Yeah. And some fans still argue that La Liga is a better league. See,
हाउ इज
I'm
इट अ
not saying in
बेटर
terms
लीग,
of.
बता दो ना.
Yeah, भाई तुम्हारे फैंस ही करते भाई. तुम्हारे बारसा फैंस
अरे
और
वो लोग
रियल
तो
फैंस ही
बेवकूफी
करते
है
हैं.
भाई. वो तो बोलता भाई भाई दीज ट्विटर ट्रोल्स है ना जितने, उनको मैं तो भाई
हम्म.
झाड़ता ही हूँ भाई, मैं उनको तो अलग से. बिकॉज दे डोंट डिजर्व इट यार. कुछ भी आके अनस्टैंड बातें करते रहते हैं यार. डू दे हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक व्हाट योर सब्सटेंस उनकी बातों में यार? आई डोंट इवन कंसिडर
देख
देम.
to be honest, if you look at the technical aspect, yes, it is. But in terms of the quality of the game, in terms of spending, in terms of making money, Premier League is miles ahead. Like I said, in
एब्सोल्युटली
terms
आई
of
एग्री
the
विद यू.
technicality, La Liga is good. It's really good. For a lot of players to learn that game, to learn football, it's really good. But yeah, overall, देखा जाए तो it's miles behind Premier League. In terms of
अब मैं
making
बोलूँ,
revenue, in
if
हम्म,
अगर it hadn't been for like clubs like Atletico, it would have always been to यार मैं बता रहा हूँ ना 30 साल पहले बार्सिलोना had just 10 league titles and Real Madrid were like 30 titles back then.
I know,
30 साल पहले बोल रहा हूँ.
I
They
know,
were as
I
bad
know.
as like
It
जो भी Bundesliga
before
का.
before before Frank Rijkaard, I think before Frank Rijkaard became the manager,
हाँ
this was the
क्राइफ
situation. Yeah.
हाँ क्राइफ के आने से पहले बार्सिलोना का इतना बुरा हाल था. नो चैंपियंस, नेवर वन द चैंपियंस लीग, 10 लीग टाइटल्स. मतलब कितना सुधारा है. वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, आफ्टर लाइक लाइक ग्लोबलाइजेशन एंड एवरीथिंग. तो अगर आप इन्वेस्टमेंट ही रोक दोगे लीग में, तो कैसे कैसे प्रॉस्पर करेगा लीग. बाकी टीम्स
Yeah, I
कैसे
know.
ग्रो करेगी. यू हैड टीम्स लाइक वलेंसिया. यार वलेंसिया यूज्ड टू परफॉर्म सो वेल इन 2000. वलेंसिया था, डेपोर्टिवो ला कोरुनिया था यार, एंड दे हैड लाइक सच
I
गुड
remember
टीम्स.
2003 में शायद वलेंसिया won the Premier League,
हाँ
sorry, La Liga with
हाँ.
Rafael
दे
Benitez.
हैड राफा बेनिटेज ना. बेनिटेज उनका कोच था.
Rafael Benitez. हाँ,
हाँ तो उधर जगह पैसे डालो ना. ओनली मतलब देवर लाइक सो स्ट्रगलिंग यार. मतलब दे हैड
भाई
टू
ये
सेल
जो
कार्लस
they
सेलर टू
they they
पीएसजी.
want, भाई they want, uh, this is I think, I don't know, what I've heard is they are happy with these two teams structure winning
दिस इज वेरी
the
बैड.
league La Liga year after year. So this is what La Liga actually wants. They don't want any other team getting much stronger than Real Madrid and Barcelona. I'm not sure how reliable whatever it is, but yeah, this is what I've heard. And this is going on since the early 90s. It's not something a late
या
thing. It's going on since the early 90s.
लास्ट क्या बुंडेसलीगा के लास्ट विनर्स कौन थे बिफोर बायर्न म्यूनिख. डॉर्टमुंड.
Bundesliga, Dortmund, yeah.
हाँ वो भी दैट वाज अंडर क्लॉप.
भाई वो तो अलग ही लीग है भाई, अलग ही लीग है वो.
हाँ भाई
एक टीम
बर्बाद कर
जीतती
दिया
जा
भाई
रही है,
उसको
जीतती
भी.
जा रही है. एक टीम जीतती जा रही है, दूसरी टीम जो सेकंड थर्ड है वो अपने बेस्ट प्लेयर उनको ही बेचते हैं भाई. क्या मतलब,
हाँ.
कुछ क्लब राइवलरी नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है भाई. मतलब ये तो इट्स लाइक, हाँ,
प्रोबेबली दे हैड द बेस्ट चांस
हम
टू डू
सेकंड,
दिस.
हम, हाँ, भाई वो तो अलग ही लेवल की बॉटलिंग है भाई जो की है ना अभी. मुझे लगा सबसे बड़ा बॉटल जॉब टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर करता है, बट ये तो उससे बड़ा बॉटल जॉब है भाई. हाथ का मैच तुमने पूरा टाइटल गवा दिया बिकॉज ऑफ कपल ऑफ स्टूपिड
एग्जैक्टली.
डिसीजन.
एग्जैक्टली. एक
एंड
पॉइंट का
एंड
था.
एंड उनको कोई अफसोस भी नहीं है उनको किसी बात का. वो खुश है अपने सेकंड पोजीशन में. दे आर हैप्पी, टू बी स्टे सेकंड टू Bayern, and they're happy to sell their top important players to Bayern to make sure they always stay first, right? तो अलग ही लेवल की धांधली है.
भाई अजीब लोग है भाई. लेट्स सी व्हाट एमशे सेज. एमशे बोलता है पेप द ओनली मैनेजर टू विन डबल टर्बन. या दैट्स ट्रू. ब्रिंगिंग
Is
मेसी
it?
इन वुड हैव टेकन पावर ऑफ लपोटा. पता नहीं यार. आई डोंट एग्री विद योर स्टेटमेंट. मेसी डिड वन इंटरव्यू. बाटो रिजाइंड. मेसी हैज इनक्रेडिबल पावर. वो तो है. बाटो भी को रिजाइन करा
Messi.
दिया था.
अच्छा, मैं
बट
क्या
वो
बोल रहा हूँ ये
वैसे
एमशे के लिए. एमशे क्या बोल रहा था, CR37, अरे 35 ईयर्स की एज में मेसी तो इंटर मायन में चला गया. 35 ईयर्स की एज में CR7 यूवेंटस में हैट्रिक मारा था.
भी बोलेंगे वैसे वर्ल्ड कप जीत गया था. यार ये क्या
हाँ,
पागल
बस वो
लोग हैं.
बोलेगा मेसी.
ये सब चालू रहता है भाई इनका. वो गणेश मेसी भाई. क्या 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 अकाउंट है भाई वो ट्विटर पे यार. कुछ भी यूनाइटेड ट्रे.
गणेश मेसी, गणेश मेसी.
हाँ भाई एक दिन टैग करा था उसके पोस्ट पे आपको. वो है फिर एक यूनाइटेड ट्रे करके गए यार. ये लोग इतने नॉनसेंस लोग हैं ना भाई ट्विटर
भाई
पे.
भाई वो तो भाई अलग ही लेवल है भाई.
वो
ओ
तो क्या
गॉड, वो
बकवास
भाई
बातें करता है
मैं
यार.
उसको ब्लॉक कर दिया भाई ट्विटर पे. यूनाइटेड ट्रे और एक आर्सेनल का ऐसे ही फैन है, और
हाँ वेल
दोनों को
बीस्ट.
मैंने ब्लॉक
वेल
कर दिया
बीस्ट.
ट्विटर पे भाई.
वेल बीस्ट.
हाँ भाई, वेल बीस्ट भाई. वो क्या बकवास करते हैं, मतलब इतना हिटरेट, इतना नफरत कहाँ से लाते हैं भाई ये लोग.
भाई
मैंने ब्लॉक कर
भाई
दिया. आई डोंट वांट
वही
टू
तो
सी
बोल
दैट
रहा हूँ
ट्वीट.
ना. ऐसे ही तो रेडिकल फैंस निकलते हैं भाई. ऐसे ही रेडिकल फैंस ना स्टेडियम में जाके ना फालतूगिरी करते होते हैं. प्लेयर्स को जाके गाली देंगे. फिर फिर कोई इनको पकड़ के हमेशा के लिए ये इनका फुट फुटबॉल देखना तो भाई गवाही कर देंगे भाई. भाई अजीब लोग है भाई ये लोग सही में. बट एनीवे एमशा बोलता है
ये
पॉलिटिक्स
कौन है भाई ये
ऑलवेज.
मिकाइल फेक वाले मिकाइल फाई.
Mikal 5.
Barcelona set to sign top talented center back Mikal Faye from
Mikal,
NK कुछ सीधा. भाई कहाँ से साइन कर रहे हैं भाई, पहली बार नाम सुन रहा है क्लब का. एंड दिस इज कंफर्म बाय फेब्रिशियो रोमानो. हियर वी गो.
Barcelona set to
Exclusive
sign
news.
top talent.
मैं पढ़ता हूँ रोज. हाँ,
Hmm.
Barcelona set to sign a top talented centre back Mikal Faye from NK Kustosija. Deal done, here we go. Born in 2004, linked with Chelsea and Dortmund. Barca see Faye as a potential future top player. Deal agreed, 5 million plus add-ons to be signed soon.
ठीक
हाँ, सही है.
ठीक है यार, मतलब if he's a good center back, I mean if he can do the job for us, then why not? मैं वो बोल रहा हूँ. फिर ये
Ansu
डील
Fati
करके कोई. हम्म.
has told Jorge Mendes he does not want to leave Barcelona. ये होने वाले भाई तुमको प्लेयर साइन करने में.
बट ये क्या बोल रहे थे मैम, coming back to MC's point, politics always follows civil unrest. That's true भाई, वो तो है. इस बार तो इतना झगड़ा हुआ ना रियल मैड्रिड और बार्सिलोना के बीच में, भाई साहब क्या बताएं. एमसी बोलता है 1:1, मतलब 100 कमाओ 100 बेचो. दैट्स ट्रू. मतलब क्या घटिया रूल है यार सही में. एमसी
By the
बोलता
way, I
है लीव
think
सीआर
हाँ बोलो.
स्टिल नो वर्ल्ड का. भाई क्या है यार.
क्या मतलब है भाई वर्ल्ड कप का भाई. कितना
यार वो
पेनल्टी
रिटायर
मारा.
हो जाएगा यार थोड़े साल में.
पेनल्टी.
वो तो यार उसको.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ एमशे. क्या मतलब वर्ल्ड कप का इतना. 5 तो पेनल्टी मारा उसने. 5 या 6 पेनल्टी मारा ना उसने. कितना कितना पेनल्टी मारा था. क्या है पेनल्टी में गोल मारा सिर्फ. उससे अच्छा मैं जीता वर्ल्ड कप.
बट ओवरऑल है
आई
यार.
थिंक
नहीं,
लास्ट नाइट लॉटारो मार्टिनेज का लास्ट मैच था फॉर इंटर मिलान. इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग ही इज गोइंग टू लीव इंटर मिलान.
अच्छी बात है भाई. ही शुड गो टू अ बेटर क्लब.
अच्छा
मतलब
प्लेयर है,
ना,
बहुत अच्छा प्लेयर है. वेरी
he
गुड.
can come to the Premier League if he wants.
हाँ, आई मीन ही कैन. चेल्सी
हाँ.
यूनाइटेड ऑल बोथ आर लिंक्ड टू हिम.
टॉटनहम नहीं जाए बस भाई.
नहीं जाएगा टॉटनहम. टॉटनहम जाएगा ही नहीं.
टॉटनहम भाई यार क्या क्या टीम है यार सही में.
तेरे को मालूम है ना एनहेल डी मरिया का वो कमेंट. And I was in a very bad stage of life. You know, I read people telling, media publishing, I'm linked to Tottenham. That is the worst thing of my
क्या बोल रहा है एमशे. CR38 अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. माती का भाई.
Karim Benzema उधर ही गया अल इत्तिहाद का लगता है. And I think there are many players that are going to go this year.
मॉडरिच को भी कुछ
पैसा इन्वेस्ट करे बहुत.
150 का
हाँ
ऑफर मिला
हाँ.
ना. 150 मिलियन पर
मजबूत
सीजन.
बहुत पैसा है, बहुत मजबूत पैसा है उनके पास.
सही है भाई. मतलब इफ यू आर एट योर करियर एंड तो भाई ले लो ना पैसा.
हाँ हाँ,
वाई
डेफिनेटली
हार्म.
डेफिनेटली
एमशे
डेफिनेटली.
बोलता है लौटारो टू
एंड
यूनाइटेड. हो सकता है कुछ भी.
हाँ, लौटार मैं पता नहीं यार क्या मारूं
लुकाको शुड गो टू
अभी.
स्पर्स. बॉटलर्स जॉइनिंग बॉटलर्स. क्या मजाक है भाई.
आई थिंक ही विल गो टू चेल्सी. आई थिंक ही विल जॉइन चेल्सी.
नहीं बट आई
दैट्स माय
लाइक
गट
एमशेस
फीलिंग.
कमेंट. एमशे का कमेंट सही लगता है. लुकाको शुड गो टू स्पर्स. बेसिकली मतलब गोली नहीं मारेगा फिर तो.
नहीं, आई थिंक पोचेटिनो इज गोइंग टू गिव हिम अ चांस. दैट्स व्हाट आई रेड.
देखते हैं भाई. आई डोंट सी दैट हैपनिंग एनीवे. बिकॉज मेरे को लगता है एक तो साइन करेगा वो लोग. एक स्ट्राइकर तो बैकअप स्ट्राइकर साइन तो करेगा. बार्सिलोना पता है क्या कर रहे हैं. देयर प्लान बी इज बेसिकली इफ दे डू नॉट साइन विटर रोके दे विल गो फॉर ओबामेयांग. मैंने यार ये क्या नॉनसेंस है यार. ये तुम्हें अक्कल
हाँ, आई
बात
थिंक
नहीं है क्या.
वो तो ऐसे भी
मतलब
जाने
इतना क्या
वाले
प्यार हो गया
हैं.
है. क्या प्यार हो गया उससे.
35 34 है ना कुछ. 33 34 है ना वो.
है
इज
एग्जैक्टली.
नॉट.
व्हाई वुड यू गो फॉर सच अ प्लेयर यार.
6 6 महीने में क्लब बदलता है बंदा यार. 6 6 महीने में क्लब बदलता है.
नहीं यार उसकी गलती भी नहीं है यार. बट एटलीस्ट यार वो ला लीगा तो जीत गया भाई. आर्सेनल से पहले. आर्सेनल से पहले.
हाँ.
बट एनीवे यार. व्हाट डज एमसी सेज.
ओ गॉड,
बोलो.
ये स्काई स्पोर्ट्स.
हम्म.
मैनचेस्टर want close to 60 million in order to consider selling Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. 60 million प्राइस है
कौन
सैंचो
कौन
का.
मांग रहा है 60 मिलियन.
यूनाइटेड मांग रहा है अगर बेच रहा है बेचेंगे तो 60 मिलियन
नहीं,
से
कोई बिडा
नीचे
है
में
क्या
नहीं
उसके
बेचेंगे.
साथ?
आई डोंट नो, टॉटनहम लिंक्ड है, बट आई एम नॉट श्योर वेदर
हम्म,
दे आर विलिंग टू पे 60 मिलियन.
ठीक है. इट हर्ट्स व्हेन यू
मैं तो बोलता
ऑलवेज डूइंग योर
मैं तो
बेस्ट
बोलता
फॉर.
टॉटनहम लिंक्ड है ना, तो और 20 मिलियन बढ़ा देना चाहिए टॉटनहम. 20 मिलियन फॉर डैनी लीवा.
प्लस टैक्स.
हाँ बिल्कुल.
हैरी केन लग रहा है निकलेगा इस बार. निकल जाना चाहिए बेचारे को.
हाँ
ही शुड विन
मुझे
सम
तो
ट्रॉफीज यार.
राइट, मुझे लगा जाएगा रियल मैड्रिड जाएगा, बट अभी के यहाँ पढ़ा तो बोलता है कि ही वांट्स टू गो टू प्रीमियर लीग, ही वांट्स टू विन अ प्रीमियर लीग बीइंग एन इंग्लैंड प्लेयर. भाई कौन देगा तेरे को उसको 150 मिलियन
रियलिस्टिकली तो
पागल आदमी
आप
को.
लोग ही हो. यू गाइस नीड अ स्ट्राइकर
बट
एनीवेज.
150 मिलियन यूनाइटेड वांट तो 150 मिलियन, दैट इज 150 मिलियन देंगे तो भाई
सैंचो
फाइनेंशियल फेयर पे लग जाएगा.
सैंचो कर दो ना डील में.
हाँ लेकिन फिर भी वो क्या बोल रहा है,
सैंचो
आई
प्लस
विल सेल
30.
हैरी केन टू लिटर. हाँ, if it's outside Premier League, I'll sell him for 80 million. But if it's within Premier League, I'll sell him for 150 million. What क्या stupidity है? तो चाहे
ये डैनियल
प्रीमियर लीग
लेवी है,
क्लब को तो
नहीं कर
बेचना ही
सकता.
नहीं है हैरी केन को भाई, ये तो और मैं तो बोलता हूँ ना, गलती हैरी केन की है. और तेरे को मालूम है कि क्लब जीतने वाला नहीं है, तो इतना बड़ा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ही साइन किया. चेयर भी तेरे में उसमें कम नहीं थी. अभी नेक्स्ट ईयर अगर वो बोलता भी कि नेक्स्ट ईयर फ्री में जाऊंगा मैं, तो 30 का हो जाए, कौन लेगा उसको फ्री में? ही विल नॉट गेट दैट काइंड ऑफ वेजेस. मे बी चेल्सी लेगा, but I don't think it will be worth buying in that time.
या आर्सेनल तो लेगा नहीं उसको.
आर्सेनल तो अभी स्ट्राइकर दूसरा कोई लेगा अच्छा,
बट आई
यंगस्टर
थिंक
है.
लिवरपूल तो भी जा सकता है वो. लिवरपूल एक बार सोच भी सकता है बिकॉज लाइक बिकॉज दे नीड सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ बैकअप स्ट्राइकर.
अरे भाई कितना स्ट्राइकर है भाई लिवरपूल के पास, कितना अटैकर्स है, कितना अटैकर्स है. फर्मियो
मैं तो
जाने के
भाई
बाद भी
डार्विन
कितने
डार्विन
अटैकर्स है.
न्यूनेज भेज दो भाई. मेरे को तो सही नहीं लगता यार वो प्लेयर. मेरे को लग रहा है अगले सीजन भी वो फ्लॉप जाएगा यार वो.
देखते हैं, लेट्स होप, लेट्स सी
बिकॉज
क्या
यार
होता
वो
है.
ऐसे इजी सेटल्स मिस कर रहा था ना, मेरे को लग रहा है नहीं यार भाई.
भाई वो
और
देख, सिटर्स जब मिस करते हैं ना स्ट्राइकर, इट्स नॉट दैट ही नॉट गुड, ही नॉट कैलिबर नहीं है. इट्स ऑल अबाउट कॉन्फिडेंस. स्ट्राइकर का मैंने देखा है, they will score those worldy goals, when they're confident. Impossible goals score कर देंगे. But when they are not confident, वो sitter भी miss कर देंगे, tapping miss कर देंगे.
दैट्स ट्रू.
So it's all about confidence striker के लिए.
दैट्स ट्रू. दैट्स ट्रू. दैट्स ट्रू. दैट्स ट्रू. दैट्स ट्रू. कोई बड़ा साइनिंग आपके हिसाब से इस बार? एक्सेप्ट अभी तो बेलिंगम तो हो
किसके?
गया.
कौन सा क्लब?
यू थिंक
तो
कोई भी
क्लब
क्लब.
क्लब वाइज या कोई
कोई भी क्लब.
हैरी केन होएगा? ठीक, हैरी केन
हैरी
जाएगा
केन.
रियल मैड्रिड आई थिंक.
हैरी
मुझे लगता है
केन.
it will drag on, एंड में जाएगा वो. एंड मे बी आई थिंक दिस गाय के नाम क्या है, भूल जाता हूँ. मिडफील्डर है ना वो, डेक्लन राइस.
डेक्लन राइस. हाँ.
Yeah, yeah. Declan Rice will be another big signing. I think Arsenal are right now the favorites. 92 million is the price tag. Right now Arsenal is the only one, but again things can change anytime.
या दैट्स
देखते
ट्रू.
हैं.
दैट्स
I
ट्रू.
would love United to sign him, but again I do not want another Harry Maguire.
चलो ये भी सही है. व्हाट डज एमसी सेज अभी लास्ट. डैनियल लेवी डिड एमबीए फ्रॉम शारदा
हम्म.
यूनिवर्सिटी.
भाई अलग ही सही
एमसी
है भाई.
एमसी कहाँ से कमेंट ले गया था ये सब. यार एमसी. बट एनीवे लाइक 5 मिनट में लेट्स जस्ट कॉल इट ऑफ. क्या
या
लगता है
या
अगला सीजन का प्रेडिक्शन? यू थिंक
Russian
समवन इज गोइंग
prediction.
टू
I think too early for us to do it. ये
क्या?
वाला thing अगस्त में रखते हैं. जब साइनिंग्स
या.
हो जाएंगे ना, फिर
या.
रखते हैं प्रेडिक्शन मतलब.
हम्म.
तब I think we will be in the right state to predict. Right
या.
now तो by what it looks like last season के winners ही इस बार winners होंगे, beat La Liga और beat Premier League. But again
दैट्स
let
ट्रू.
the transfer window get over, and maybe things will change after that. Let's see. I think ये क्वेश्चन हम एक दूसरे को जुलाई एंड या अगस्त बिगिनिंग में पूछेंगे. Maybe that time will be the right.
या. वो भी सही है. वो भी also makes sense. Makes sense. Chalo guys, so we'll just call it off for today because Manchester City has won the treble. And as always, like make sure you guys subscribe and share and like to this channel. and we'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Good night, guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Bye.